What's up everybody, it's Dave P, and in this video we're going to teach you kind of how to calculate the payoff on your private money loans. So as a real estate investor, we love our private money lenders because that allows us to move quickly on a real estate deal. When we find a good property and a good discounted price or something that we want to buy and hold, we want to buy it using private money because there's less underwriting, right? When we're working with a private money lender, we can close on a deal within a couple days if the deal makes sense for the lender and it's something that you're wanting to buy. Typically, if you want to work with a bank or you want to work with an institutional lender, there's going to be more paperwork you got to fill out. Maybe they want to do an inspection, maybe they want to do an appraisal. So we prefer to work with private money lenders, and the different types of transactions that we do, there's different ways that we structure the private money loan. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of structures for a private money loan and then how to calculate the payoff of a private money loan so you know how much you have to pay your private money lender back when you either refinance a property or sell a property. So we're getting private money loans for our flips as well as our BRRRR deals. And when we're doing a flip, typically our average hold time on a fix and flip or a wholesale deal is going to be 90 days or less. So these particular types of deals, since they're so quick to turn around, we prefer loans that are going to be where the interest is accrued. What that means is you borrow the money, you don't pay any monthly payments, but when you turn around and sell the property, then you're going to pay your lender back all of their money plus all the interest. So the interest builds up, and it works great for your short-term lending deals. I can't stress that enough. Your quick flip deals, your wholesale type of deals, you know, the quicker the better, and you're going to just want the money, the interest to accrue. Since it's such a short time frame, you don't want to have to set them up on a payment system. We use Chase Bill Pay to pay all our private lenders, and it's just kind of a headache to set them all up if we're just going to pay them off so quickly. Now on our BRRRR deals, this is where we're buying a house and we're borrowing from a private lender all the money that we need to buy the house as well as fix it up, and then we're going to get this property rented and we're going to take it to get refinanced. So for the BRRRR deals, we prefer to structure our private money loan to where we're going to make monthly payments on this. We don't want the interest continuing to build up on something we're going to BRRRR, because typically it's going to go longer than 90 days and you don't know what type of snags could come up in your deal. There's a lot of snags that come up when you're doing refinances. There's a lot of delays. You do have to get an appraisal from your bank. It's just time. So what you don't want is your balance to continue to go up, because if it takes too long and you have a lot of delays, it could end up where your balance is exceeding the amount that you're getting from the bank and you actually have to bring money to the table. You don't want that. So when we're doing a BRRRR deal, we always want to make monthly payments. When we're doing a quick flip wholesale type of deal or fix and flip that you're going to hold in the short term, you want to do accrued. And now the next part, I'm going to show you how to create the actual payoff and figure out what you owe your lender when you're selling or refinancing. So first things first, let's pretend we're borrowing money for a BRRRR deal, and let's pretend we're going to use this money to buy the house and get it fixed up, and we're going to make monthly payments on this particular private money loan that we borrowed. These are the easiest to figure out what it is that you owe on the note, because essentially if you borrowed $100,000 and you're making monthly payments on it, your balance is just going to be $100,000 plus any interest that you owe before you close it. So if it closed on the 15th of the month or something like that, you owe 15 days worth of interest. So essentially your balance is going to be the amount that you borrowed. It's going to be the loan amount, and then you need to figure out the per diem. So let's pretend you borrowed a private money loan, you're making monthly payments on it, and you are refinancing this BRRRR deal, and it closes, like I said, on the 15th. You owe that 15 days worth of interest, so you need to figure out what that per diem is. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you want to do, and I'm going to give you an example here. We're going to pull up some slides here in just a minute. But you want to take your monthly payment, essentially, let's pretend your payment is $1,000 a month. And the way you figure out your monthly payment is you take your loan amount and you times it by the interest rate. So if you're paying 10% on this private money loan, you take your loan amount, let's say it's $100,000, and you times it by 10%, your interest rate, that would be $10,000, and then you divide it by 12. So that would be $833.33. All I did was take $100,000 times 10%, which is $10,000, divided by 12, because there's 12 months in the year. That gives me a payment of $833.33. Now, let's pretend we closed this BRRRR transaction. The bank is coming in to refinance us, so we're going to pay back our private lender on the 15th of the month. What we do is take our, we need to figure out what our per diem is. So we take our monthly payment, which we just figured out, the $833.33, divided by the number of days in the month. So right now we're in July, there's 31 days in the month. We take our $833.33 divided by 31, because there's 31 days in the month, and that equals 26.88 per day. So we found our monthly payment, divided it by the number of days in the month. If we're in this example, that's going to be, like I mentioned, the $26.88 per day. And then if we're closing on the 15th of the month, you take your $26.88 and just times that by 15. And that's going to be $403.20. You can run the math yourself, but in this example, essentially we borrowed $100,000 at 10% interest, and we paid $833.33 per month. Now we're refinancing it out. We're closing on the 15th, so we owe the $26.88 per day. We're closing the deal on the 15th, so 26.88 times our 15 equals $403.20. So we owe our lender their $100,000 plus $403.20, so $100,403.20. So now when we're doing our short-term deals, again, we don't want to have to go through the headaches of making monthly payments and setting them all up on the payment system that you're going to use for your business. Again, we use Chase Bill Pay. You could use any online banking to pay your private lenders when you're making monthly payments like on a BRRRR deal. But on your quick flips, you're going to be doing a lot of flips. So you don't want to have to set them up on payments every time. You're going to let this interest accrue. And what that means, just it's letting the interest build up from the day that you borrowed the money until the day that you're selling this property on a quick flip deal. You're going to pay the lender back all of the money they loaned you, plus all of the interest that you owe them from the beginning of the loan until the day that you pay them off. So what you have to do first and foremost is you have to look at the time frame, because it's not always going to land on a perfect number like 90 days or 120 days or something like that. So what you have to do is look at the day that you signed the promissory note, the day that you bought the house, and the day that you're closing on the house, and figure out how many days. Right? You need to figure that out. And the quickest and easiest way, it might sound pretty simple to you. The best way to do it is just go to Google and put in there, let's say you bought the house on April 12th and you're selling the house on July 8th. Just put into Google how many days in between April 12th, 2022 and July, whatever you're selling at, 2022, and it'll spit out, Google will spit out the exact number of days. You can't beat it. So once you know exactly how many days that you borrowed this interest for, what you're gonna do is find your per diem, just like when we're looking at a payment where we're making monthly payments. You gotta find that per diem. So you're gonna take your loan amount, let's say it's $100,000, times your interest rate, let's say it's 10%, okay? And in this case, we're not figuring out the monthly payment. Remember how the other one was the monthly per diem? This one, you're going to divide it by 365. So let's pretend we borrowed $100,000 at 10%. So you're going to take $100,000 times 10% is $10,000 divided by 365, and that equals $27.40 per day. So now you take the day that how many days in between the day that you borrowed the money and now to the day that you're paying the loan off because you sold the property, and let's just pretend it was 97 days. So you take your per diem, your $27.40 times 97 days equals $2,657.80. So you find your per diem, you multiply your per diem by how many days that you borrowed the money, and then you add that to the loan balance. So in our example, if we borrowed $100,000 and we had to pay them, as I mentioned, $27.40 per day, it took 97 days, we're gonna pay them back $102,657.80. That's the $100,000 that they loaned us, plus all of the interest that we owe them, which is calculated by $27.40 times how many days that you borrowed the money. Hope this helps. Let's go structure some deals and buy some houses.